Last year, the Denver Nuggets won 46 games and missed the playoffs by 1 game. Even though they didn't make it, everybody knew they were a playoff caliber team. In the Western Conference, you just can't afford to take a night off. This team has a run and gun style and has been one of the top offenses in the league the last couple of years. But as good as their offense is, they are just as bad on defense, and it's been that way for a while now. In the 3 years that head coach Mike Malone has been in Denver, the team has shown little to no improvement on the defensive side of the ball. Is it because of him, or is it the roster he was given? They made a big move last summer as they brought in All-Star Paul Millsap, who is a good all-around player and has been known for his defense. It seemed like he will be a perfect fit next to the franchise player Nikola Jokic, who is good at a lot of things but defense. Early on, there were growing pains trying to integrate Millsap into the lineup as the Nuggets wasn't quite firing on all cylinders early on. It seemed like before they had a chance to learn how to play together, Millsap suffered a broken wrist that would sideline him for most of the season. And when he came back, I don't believe he was 100%. Jokic was playing kind of tentative early on, and there actually was a game where he scored 0 points on 3 shots in 31 minutes. But that was followed up by a 29-point performance on 14 shots. It was almost like Jokic was deferring to Millsap. Jokic needs to realize this is his team, and they will go as he goes. He's one of the most uniquely talented big men to play in the NBA, and the Nuggets offense runs through him. He can score from anywhere on the court, he rebounds, and he's the best passing big man in the league. He has increased his scoring average every year. Last year, he averaged around 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists per game while shooting 50% from the field and 40% from 3. He has improved a little bit on defense, but he needs to get much better. I think there's a chance that Jokic gets selected to his first All-Star game this upcoming season. The Nuggets starting point guard Jamal Murray can simply get buckets. With Jokic running the offense for the most part, it allows Murray to focus on putting the ball in the hole. The Nuggets want him to be aggressive scoring the ball. In his second season, his numbers improved across the board, from his per-game averages to his shooting percentages. And at just 20 years old, he's only getting better. But an area where he needs to improve on is his defense. Jokic has shown improvements. We're still waiting on Murray to show some kind of improvement. He probably will never be a plus defender, but he needs to at least be average for this team to truly contend for a title in the future. Much like Murray, Gary Harris improved his stats in nearly every category as well. He's no doubt one of the most important players on the team, but he has missed at least 15 games for the second year in a row. Harris needs to stay healthy because they need his defense in the lineup. He's one of the better defenders on the team. A player who hasn't gotten consistent minutes yet in the league is former first-round pick Malik Beasley. He can play, but he just hasn't had the opportunities to play a lot of minutes since he's been in the league. I always thought it was strange that the Nuggets drafted him with a lot of guards already on the roster. But I believe this year will be the year he gets consistent minutes. He can be the primary backup to Gary Harris, while Will Barton will be the starting small forward. Devin Harris, who played on this team last season, signed with the Dallas Mavericks this offseason. Beasley is the player who is athletic, can score, and competes hard on defense. It's amazing a player of his talent can remain upbeat on the bench and sidelines and even offer encouragement to his teammates. The Nuggets could possibly have another franchise player in their first-round pick this year. Michael Porter Jr. dropped in the draft because of injury concerns, legit injury concerns. A back injury is no joke, but the Nuggets decided to take a gamble on Porter, which could be a game changer for the Nuggets in their future. It's hard to predict if he's going to get playing time in his rookie year. Should the Nuggets just redshirt him just to be safe? It's not like they can't make the playoffs without him. Holding him out, in my opinion, will be the best thing to do. The Nuggets made an interesting move in the offseason as they signed Isaiah Thomas to a 1-year, $2 million deal. The former MVP candidate has been slowed down by a hip injury and finally had surgery on it earlier this year. Thomas is slowly trying to regain his form from his last season with the Celtics. A lot of people like this addition, but I'm not really a big fan of it. The last thing the Nuggets need is an offensive player who is horrible on defense. Let me remind you, the Nuggets have been one of the worst defensive teams in the last couple of years. The Nuggets really don't need another offensive player at the expense of bad defense. Isaiah Thomas still believes he's better than he actually is, and that might become a problem for the coach and the rest of the players on the team. But despite that, I don't believe this will break the Nuggets season. The Nuggets are primed for the playoffs, and after the way the season ended last season, the Nuggets will be hungrier than ever.